Not necessarily you, Brian. I was hoping Andrew would be here. My main beef was the idea that women shouldn't be allowed to vote.
All right, this is going to be awesome.
I mean, that's
not my position.
No, I know that's
not my position.
Yeah, so that was
Andrew's
what.
not here.
Yeah, that was
so.
what that's what I took issue with.
Why should they be able to vote?
You're not serious, right? We're not going to have this.
Immediately, you can tell what kind of debate this is going to be. Judging from that response alone, she already seems triggered. Chances are slim she presents an argument outside an emotional one. But maybe I'm wrong. Let's find out.
If you want to have the discussion, let's do it.
Really?
I think we should.
Okay. Yeah. All right.
Should women be drafted?
No, I said I don't want to be drafted.
Let the veteran answer that question.
But we're going to keep on. If you're going to do this, we're going to have to keep on the subject. So voting, meaning what do you mean that women? First of all, let me ask you what's your position?
No, I'm asking you your position. You're the one who wanted to talk about it. I'm happy to steel man it. So why should they vote?
Well, I think that, first of all, it's a bizarre notion that the United States government or any other Western country would ever take a woman's right to vote away from her. It's a nonsense conversation that seems to be clicks for cash kind of conversation, because it's never going to happen.
For someone who believes her vote could never be taken away, she seems pretty upset about a harmless scenario where it could be.
You're still not giving any reasons.
It's never going to happen. Under
it's happened
our
a lot of times in the past, in most countries in the world, women don't vote.
Our Constitution does not allow for that. Our Constitution says that men are created equal. Men and women are created equal.
Right, so should we draft women?
Listen, if you want to draft women, you can. You can talk to President Trump or President Harris, whoever is in charge, if you want to do that. But what we're talking about is, can women vote?
Yeah, so once again, what's the reason why women should vote?
Because they're a human being. They contribute to society.
Okay, let's take it one by one. One by one. Human being. Mm-hmm. Should infants vote?
Yes. So, first off,
hold it into the mic.
Women are half of this population. They have a right and they have a say, and they deserve to be represented.
Why?
Because they are half of this population. They are human beings, and our Constitution says that we are equal. And not only that, but society, Western society, this is a regressive idea that women should not be able to vote. And what it would take...
Regressing to what exactly? You're saying 10 things. We need to take it one by one because we're spurging. Mm-hmm. So regressing to what?
Regressing to 100 years ago, over 100 years ago.
Is that a bad thing?
Yes, it is.
Would you say morally we're better off now than we were 100 years ago?
But we're not talking about that. We are not talking about the effects of women being able to vote and extrapolating that to where we are morally as a society. Because Hitler also happened when women were able to vote.
What? Huh? What the This woman wanted to have a debate with Andrew Wilson. Ignorance is truly bliss.
So if you look at how women vote...
I mean, what do you want to... What?
No, I just want you to lay out a logical argument as to why women should vote.
We drawn
because you've said they're humans. You said they're humans.
When
hold on a second. You said they're humans. Mm-hmm. Infants are humans. Should infants be able to vote?
No.
Okay. Cool.
People who.
What's the next one?
Wait.
You need to take it point by point. Mm-hmm. You're doing a lot of talking, but not making too much sense.
Okay.
Women are humans. Okay. Not a good reason. What's the next one?
No, but that is a human right. That's what I meant to say.
Okay, so...
It is a human right to be able to vote. So we can just scratch that I said women are humans. And we'll just say
right to vote
it is a human right to vote.
According to
I think women should be able to vote. And for the sake of this being clipped, I don't think you're doing a great job at all of explaining why women should be able to vote. Because now people are going to see them and be like, that's why women shouldn't vote. They can't make up their mind.
Public embarrassment for people like her is quite necessary, cause two things can happen from this point. She either walks away from this wanting to become better equipped to have the conversation, or she understands she's out of her wheelhouse on the topic and shuts up forever.
Okay, I mean, that's not a good job at all. Women should be able to vote,
but let me
she's
be clear.
She's making more sense than you.
Right. There's so many reasons I can name. You please do a better job. You're representing women that when this is clipped and people are saying this is why women shouldn't be able to vote. Like, there's so many reasons.
Okay, well, you tell me.
We're a part of this society, and we we do make up a big population, but we're also part of the society. We work, we contribute, we pay taxes, we're forced to pay taxes. We go through the education system, we make decisions about our children, and we want the best for our kids. That's why we vote. So we.
Should we take it one by one?
Yes.
Okay, first one. You work and pay taxes.
Correct.
14-year-olds work and pay taxes. Should they vote?
I think the age is 16 to work, but
Should they vote?
What?
How old do you have to be to vote?
18.
Why can't 16-year-olds vote? They work and pay taxes.
Because they're just working and they don't
That's a straw
understand the
man.
system.
You know it.
How's it a straw man?
Because you know that the voting age is 18. So
It's called logic.
it's a cluster of things. So the fact that it is our human right to be able to vote.
No,
the
it's
fact
not.
that we
According to who?
contribute to
You know, you made a
kid-
claim. You made a claim. You have to substantiate that claim. Where is this human right?
Okay, so I didn't
Tell
say
that to the people of
but I
Tajikistan.
would say that to
Tajikistan.
oh my gosh, the organization, the United Nations says that has declared that it is a woman's human right to vote.
No, they
That is false.
haven't. When did they say that?
The UN's also cucked.
Yeah. Well, anyways,
A kindergarten shouldn't be able to vote.
Yeah,
A
but the thing is-
kindergartner shouldn't be able to vote, but
You have to take
they're a
it-
part
take
of the
yourself-
education system,
Sure.
just like a 16-year-old works.
Oh wow,
and
you
pays
sound so
taxes,
much
sure.
smarter than I did.
No,
I'm making actual points, so I disagree
Operation
with
Meow.
that.
Is that a weed?
No.
so yeah,
Can I
kindergarten.
interject
Please,
just for a
go for
second?
it.
So I feel like a majority of the women here are more conservative leaning. If you look at how women vote, they lean more left, more liberal. They make bad decisions in voting. I think that if you want to be able to vote, you have to be up for the draft.
I think that's true.
Women should be able to give away
So
that
you,
right.
you think that women shouldn't vote, is what you're saying?
No, I said that women could be drafted. That's what I'm saying.
But do you think that it's desirable to have women fighting in the military?
What
Would
is-
you
what is-
want to? Would you be?
Why not ask the
desirable.
person who was in the military?
Sure. Let's go there.
What does that? What
there,
do you mean
Paula.
desirable?
So would you rather be next to standing side by sides on the front line with a woman or a man?
I mean, it depends. Depends.
Never a straightforward yes or no answer with these women. It always depends on some obscure variable. The reason they never take a firm position in these conversations is because it allows them to easily walk back any ridiculous stance they have. No one believes you wouldn't prefer a male police officer come to the scene if your house got broken into. Funny how feminism is nowhere to be found in those real-life situations.
I don't want some scrawny idiot on.
A man.
Generally speaking,
Yeah.
A man.
yeah.
The answer is a
if you
man.
wanted to go into battle, you'd want to be with a man, right?
Okay, I just rethought it.
And also, women.
I just rethought my point. Men are genetically stronger.
Mm-hmm.
Men can build muscle quicker. Men have better endurance. But that doesn't have to do with voting, in my opinion, whatsoever. We all have brains.
Well, the
Just
thing,
'cause
I'll tell you why it has to do with voting.
Okay.
Because if you are a woman who is able to vote, then voting gets people into power who can send people off to war, who can send countries off to war. Whenever America goes into war, actually, Australia follows them, by the way. But yeah, so if you can send people to war, have the power to nullify somebody's vote who's older than you and you can have that power, then why should you not have to go to war?
Ha! Thank you.
Yeah, but you're making two different
'Cause you're
arguments
born.
here. Like you're saying that if women want to vote, you're saying if this, then that. You're not in any position of power to enforce that. Why are we even having this discussion? You don't. What are you going to do? What are you going to do?
A question about why women should vote is what this woman is struggling with right now, gentlemen. It's surprising how people like her rely on others' fear of being canceled to avoid having their ideas challenged. Whenever they come across someone without this fear, you see how quickly their arguments fall apart like it is now. It doesn't take long before they resort to some sort of shaming language as a ditch effort to have their opponents concede or simply silence them.
You can't make somebody who wants to vote decide they're going to enlist for the military.
So you're
unless
saying
they
regular
want to.
people shouldn't talk about politics?
No, but what I'm saying is that it's sort of just being provocative because it's like, do you know what would have to happen for the vote to be of question?
Just remove the 19th Amendment.
And it would be absolute anarchy.
You ain't going to do shit.
No, they wouldn't.
Women would not.
What are you guys gonna
let
do
that
about it?
stand. Listen,
when
women
women are
have
in
guns.
power,
Women have guns.
Society.
Women know how to fight.
just
I'm not saying we.
Hold
would,
on a second. You talk for long periods of time. You need to shorten that a little bit.
All right, go ahead.
So you said that it would be anarchy. You said
Yes,
all the
it
women
would.
would get up and get their guns. How do you think that would go?
I'm just
for
saying
them?
it wouldn't go over well.
How do you think that would go for the women trying to overthrow the military?
I don't think that they care. I think that in our country, I don't know about
Why don't you
Australia.
answer the question? How would that go for the women if they decided to be up in arms with all of the anarchy and try and overthrow the government and reinstate the 19th Amendment?
No, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that in order for the 19th Amendment to have to be taken away, retracted.
Yeah, they pass a bill.
It would have to be a major upset in our political system for there to be a constitutional amendment.
And then
quite
what's going
a
to happen?
few
Women,
women who would
and then
support it.
what are they going to do? Are they going to vote them out?
Could I add something?
You're asking, you're
If
bringing
the women
up
are so
an
pissed off
impossible
about
scenario.
losing the vote, what are they going to do? Vote them out?
Okay, listen. Tell me under what circumstances would it be possible for women to lose the vote? I really want you to just lay it out for me. What's the scenario?
Sure, there'd be a Republican
No, that's not
president.
what I said. Like, what would happen?
Shut the fuck up.
I'm
what would
literally
have to lead
saying
up to
to
it?
you right now. So a Republican president would be elected. He would propose a bill that would go through the Senate and the House that would be to
You gotta
remove
be
the
kidding
19th Amendment. It would go to the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court would be based Republicans, and they would say, yes,
That's
get
so
rid of that
funny.
19th Amendment, and then the women wouldn't be able to vote anymore. And then the Republicans would get elected more.
And we would all just live together happily, and we would all buy each other Coke and sing happily hand in hand. No, that's not. Never
What
gonna
else
happen
would
because-
we do
but
at that
because-
point?
Wait, hold on.
I'm not
hold on,
going to
you
be
guys.
an anarchist if that, but I mean,
Hold on a second, one at a time, one at a time. You guys can all
Yeah.
all throw your opinions at me. Go.
You know what I'm saying is this. I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just
No,
you know,
attack
being
me if you
very-
want. I'm happy
I'm
for you
being
to.
very animated.
It's a
but
conversation.
What I'm saying is that for what you are suggesting, it would have to be all men Senate, all men Congress.
Yep.
Or the strongest
That
ones.
is not. When has that happened?
Why should women be in politics?
Okay, you know, you're not. This is not.
You
a good
can be
faith
angry about it,
argument.
or you can make a logical argument. Why should
No,
women
you're
be
not.
in politics?
But your argument is in good faith because you are not giving me
I
the
can give- I
setup
can-
Can I
of how
add and
it would
backtrack
work
for a
and
second?
realistic.
Yeah, add something.
I'm going to add and backtrack for a second. We're both, women and men are born differently.
Certainly.
Every human being is born with a brain.
Certainly.
And everyone is able to think. Men are gifted in the sense that they are stronger, they run faster. That's why we have men and women's sports, which I fully agree with. Men, women,
Less
women.
neurotic, less agreeable.
That's what in women you can't have a kid. Everyone's born with different things, but for the entire population, we all have brains to think. We all have arms and legs, the majority, obviously, to work, to do all that. Therefore, women should be able to. I can't tell if you're playing devil's advocate or you really believe it, but you're from Australia, so I'm happy that you can't vote here for that. I will say I'm happy for that.
I don't think she's ready to find out how many American men share his point of view. Considering how often they cry about the patriarchy, it sure would be the end of the world if more men were vocal. Leave your thoughts in the comments below. Like and subscribe. See you in the next one.